today is Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024. 25th is my payday, monthly payday. So I still have 3 more days to go, including today. And yesterday I walked home from work, and it was about a 15-minute walk. So it was hot and sweaty. I was, sweaty, so that I picked up 1 liter of beer from a supermarket near my neighborhood. And this morning when I woke up, my belly was quite bigger than I expected. So I think beer gives you fat around your waist. Yes, I'm a little bit obese in the tummy, but the beer makes my tummy much fatter. So let's find out why a beer can give you a fat belly. And the reason I am reading these out loud in the park in front of this big church called 동명교회 in Gwangju is that I want to practice English by reading an English article each day on a daily basis. So here we go. This article is from healthline.com, and the title is "Can Beer Give You a Big Belly?" Written by Helen West, RD, updated on March 5th, 2017. Drinking beer can cause weight gain, including belly fat. Exactly, I agree. More than 1 beer a day or a regular binge drinking raises your risk of belly fat gain and other health problems. Drinking beer is often associated with an increase in body fat, particularly around the belly. This is even commonly referred to as beer belly. But does beer really cause belly fat? This article takes a look at the evidence. 28-day military workout plan for seniors. Wow, he looks quite strong, sturdy, and ready to battle. Yeah, I'm drinking free water dished out by this church. This is quite a good church, man. Very wealthy, rich church. They bought all the properties around its church, so it's quite big. Their business is expanding. What is beer? Beer is an alcoholic drink made from grain such as barley, wheat, or rye that has been fermented with yeast. It's flavored using hops, which make a great flavoring for beer since they are quite bitter, balancing out the sweetness from the sugar in the grains. Balancing out the sweetness from the sugar in the grains. Let's remember the expression, balancing out the sweetness in the grain from the sugar, sweetness from the sugar in the grains. Some varieties of beer are also flavored with fruit or herbs and spices. Beer is brewed in a 5-step process: 1. Malting, 2. Mashing, 3. Boiling, 4. Fermenting, 5. Bottling. Malting. The grains are heated, dried, and cracked. Mashing. The grains are soaked in water to release their sugars. This results in a sugary liquid called wort. Boiling. The wort is boiled and hops are added to give beer its flavor. Fermenting. Yeast is added to the mix. So 2 things are added, right? Yeast and hops. Hops first. Yeast is added to the mix, and the wort is fermented to form alcohol and carbon dioxide. So it produces carbon dioxide, which is no good. It's a climate gas. Bottling. The beer is bottled and left to age. Interesting. Malting, mashing, boiling, fermenting, and bottling. Let me go over the process one more time. 1. Malting. The grains are heated, dried, and cracked. 2. Mashing. The grains are soaked in water to release their sugars. This results in a sugary liquid called wort. Boiling. The wort is boiled and hops are added to give beer its flavor. 4. Fermenting. Yeast is added to the mix and the wort is fermented to form alcohol and carbon dioxide. Bottling. The beer is bottled and left to age, so it goes through the 2-stage of fermentation, and the hops are added first, then its yeast is added, then bottling starts. The strength of a beer depends on the amount of alcohol it contains, which is measured as alcohol by volume, ABV. ABV refers to the amount of alcohol in a 3.4 ounce 100 milli drink expressed as a percentage. The alcohol content of a beer is usually 4 to 6%. However, it can range from very weak 0.5% to exceptionally strong 40%. The main types of beer include pale ale, stout, mild, wheat beer, and the most popular beer, lager. The different brew styles are made when brewers vary the grains, brewing times, and flavorings they use. Flavorings, right? Flavorings. Grains. Vary the grains, brewing times, and flavoring they use. Summary. Beer is an alcohol drink made by fermenting grains with yeast. There are many different varieties that vary in strength, color, and taste. Flavorings, hops, yeast, balancing out the sweetness, from the sugar in the grains, balancing out sweetness from the sugar in grains. Beer nutrition facts. The nutritional value of beer can vary by type. However, below are the amounts for a 12-ounce or 355 milliliter serving of regular beer, 12-ounce. With approximately 4% alcohol content. Calories 153, alcohol 14 grams, carbs 13 grams, protein 2 grams, fat 0 grams. Beer also contains small amounts of micronutrients, including sodium, potassium, and magnesium. However, it's not a particularly good source of these nutrients, as you would need to drink massive amounts to satisfy your daily requirements. It's important to note that beers with a higher alcohol content also contain more calories. This is because alcohol contains about 7 calories per gram. Wow. So alcohol can give you high calories, right? So be careful what you are drinking. This is because alcohol contains about 7 calories per gram. This is higher than carbs and protein, 4 calories per gram, but lower than fat, 9 calories per gram. Summary. Beer is high in carbs and alcohol, but low in almost all other nutrients. The calorie content of a beer depends on its strength. The more alcohol it contains, the more calories it contains. 3 ways that beer may cause fat gain. It's been suggested that beer drinking may increase belly fat in a number of ways. These include causing excess calorie consumption, preventing your body from burning fat, and increasing the phytoestrogen content of your diet. Here are the 3 main reasons why beer may be a particularly effective driver of belly fat gain. 1. It increases your calorie intake, gram for gram, apple for apple, right? Eye for eye, apple for apple, apple to orange, hold orange to apple. Gram for gram, beer contains as many calories as a soft drink, so it has the potential to add a lot of calories to your diet. Some studies have also shown that drinking alcohol can increase your appetite in the short term, causing you to eat more than you otherwise would. Furthermore, it's been shown that people don't always compensate for the calories they consume from alcohol by eating less of other foods instead. This means that drinking beer regularly could contribute a significant number of calories to your diet. Foods instead, right? Alcohol is appetite. It increases appetite. 2. Beer may prevent fat burning. Drinking alcohol can prevent your body from burning fat. This is because your body prioritizes the breakdown of alcohol over other sources of fuel, including stored fat. Interesting. In theory, regular drinking could therefore contribute to an increase in body fat. However, studies examining this have found mixed results. Over the long term, drinking beer regularly but moderately in portions of less than 17 ounce or 500 milliliter per day doesn't seem to lead to an increase in body weight or belly fat. So we need to drink moderately. Nevertheless, drinking more than that could very well lead to significant weight gain over time. 3. It contains phytoestrogens. The flowers of the hop plant are used to give beer its flavor. This plant is known to be very high in phytoestrogens, plant compounds that can mimic the action of the female sex hormone estrogen in your body. Because of their phytoestrogen content, it has been suggested that the hops in beer might cause hormonal changes in men that increase the risk of storing belly fat. However, although it's possible that men who drink beer are exposed to higher levels of phytoestrogens, it's not known how these plant compounds affect their weight or belly fat at all. Summary: beer may increase the number of calories you consume and prevent your body from burning fat. The effects of the phytoestrogens on belly fat are unknown. Does beer really cause you to gain belly fat? The fat stored around your belly is thought to be the most dangerous type of fat for your health. Scientists call this type of fat visceral fat. Visceral fat is metabolically active, which means it can interfere with your body's hormones. Wow, I have visceral fat, man. Visceral fat. I don't know how I got into this, even though I enjoyed jogging, marathons, and walking, and sometimes Tai Chi. And I drink alcohol moderately, but I have visceral fat. The main reason is that I was lazy. Visceral fat is metabolically active, which means it can interfere with your body's hormones. This can alter the way your body functions and increase your risk of diseases like metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Even cancer, man. Even people who are at a normal weight have an increased risk of health problems if they have a large amount of belly fat. Some studies have linked high alcohol intake from drinks, like beer, to an increased risk of belly fat gain. In fact, one study found that men who drank more than 3 drinks per day were 80% more likely to have a lot of belly fat than men who didn't drink as much. Interestingly, other studies have suggested that drinking beer in a moderate amounts of less than 17 ounce 500 milliliter per day may not carry this risk. However, other factors may contribute to this difference. For example, people who drink moderate amounts of beer may also have healthier lifestyles than those who consume large amounts. Most studies show that beer consumption is linked with both an increase in waist circumference and body weight. This indicates that beer drinking doesn't specifically put weight on your belly, it just makes you fatter overall. This risk of weight gain may be even higher in people who are already overweight compared to normal weight people who drink beer. Overall, it's thought that the more you drink, the higher your risk of gaining weight and developing a beer belly. Summary: drinking large amounts of beer has been linked with an increased risk of weight gain and belly fat. Men have a higher risk than women. The link between weight gain and drinking alcohol is stronger in men than women. This is thought to be because men tend to drink more heavily than women, perhaps up to 3 times as much. Men are 3 times more stupid. I'm just joking. Men are also much more likely to have an android fat distribution, meaning they store fat around the belly when they gain weight. What? Android fat distribution? What is an android? Android is the robotic stuff, right? Robotic character, robot, small robot, cyborg. Men are also much more likely to have an android fat distribution, meaning they store fat around the belly when they gain weight. Additionally, men are more likely to drink beer than women. This could be important since beer contains more calories than many other sources of alcohol. For example, 1.5 ounce or 45 milliliters of spirits contains around 97 calories, and a standard 5 ounce or 148 milliliter serving of red wine contains 125 calories. A standard 12 ounce 355 milliliter serving of beer contains more than both of these at 153 calories. Wow. Like a 7, right? 8 calories per gram, right? 8, almost 8. Yeah. So 80, right? 80. Damn. 10. That's terrible. Like 12 calories. More than 12 calories. Another reason men may be at more risk of getting a beer belly is due to alcohol's effect on the male sex hormone testosterone. Drinking alcohol drinks like beer has been shown to lower levels of testosterone. This is important to note since low levels of testosterone may increase your risk of weight gain, especially around the belly. In fact, 52% of obese men have levels of testosterone at the low end of the normal range. This research suggests that men are much more likely to develop beer bellies. Summary: men tend to drink more than women, which can result in more weight gain. Drinking alcohol can also lower levels of the male sex hormone testosterone, increasing the risk of belly fat. Do other types of alcohol cause belly fat? The most likely way beer contributes to beer fat is through the excess calories it adds to your diet. Other types of alcohol, like spirits and wine, have fewer calories per standard drink than beer. This means they may be less likely to cause weight gain and belly fat. Interestingly, some studies have linked drinking moderate amounts of wine with lower body weights. The reason for this is unclear, although it's been suggested that wine drinkers have healthier, more balanced diets compared to beer and spirit drinkers. 안녕하세요. 영어 연습 아니라고. In fact, one of the most risky behaviors for developing a beer belly seems to be binge drinking. Studies have found that drinking more than 4 drinks at one time can increase your risk of belly fat, no matter what drink you choose. Binge drinking. You gotta be careful with binge everything, right? Binge, porn binge, right? Sometimes men are addicted to pornography. Binge drinking, binge watching. You watch a series of dramas, movies in a row. Binge watching, binge drinking, binge fucking. You orgy, right? Be careful with the pussy, man. If you are indulged with a pussy, then you are binge fucking. Additionally, one study found that people who drank 1 drink per day had the least amount of fat. Those who consumed less overall but had 4 or more drinks on drinking days were at the greater risk of weight gain. Summary: other alcoholic beverages are lower in calories than beer. However, heavy drinking of any alcohol beverage will put you at higher risk of gaining belly fat. How to get rid of your beer belly? The best way to get rid of a beer belly is through diet and exercise. If you are drinking heavily, you should also think about limiting your alcohol intake or giving it up completely. Try to avoid binge drinking or having a lot of alcohol over 1 or 2 days. Unfortunately, there's not one perfect diet for reducing belly fat. However, diets that contain low amounts of processed meats, sugary drinks, and refined grain products have been linked with smaller waistlines. So, if you're trying to lose weight and improve your health, switch to a diet mostly based on whole, unprocessed foods and cut back on added sugar. Right? Cut back on added sugar. Unprocessed foods. Diet mostly based on whole, unprocessed foods. On whole, unprocessed foods. On whole, unprocessed foods. Exercise is also a really effective way for both men and women to lose belly fat. Both cardio and high-intensity exercise can help. Additionally, exercise has lots of amazing health benefits on top of weight loss, which make it one of the best things you can do to improve your health. To learn more, check out these 20 great tips for reducing belly fat. Summary. The best way to get rid of your beer belly is to reduce your alcohol intake, exercise regularly, and improve your diet. Bottom line, drinking beer can cause weight gain of any type, including belly fat. Keep in mind that the more you drink, the higher your risk of weight gain is. It seems that moderate drinking of 1 beer per day or less is not linked with getting a beer belly. What the heck? Yep, I will not get into beer anymore. I will not drink beer, except some rare occasions. However, if you drink a lot of beer or binge drink regularly, then you are at a very high risk of belly fat gain, as well as various other serious health problems. To minimize your risk of gaining weight, make sure to keep your alcohol intake within the recommended limits and lead a healthy, active lifestyle. How we review this article. Our experts continually monitor the health and wellness space, and we update our articles when new information becomes available. Current version, March 5th, 2017, written by Helen West, edited by Mike Hoskins. So this article is a rather long, kind of, especially to Koreans. I can attest to that because I'm Korean. I work for Korea Telecom, KT, the number 1 carrier in Korea. If you happen to plan to invest in Korea, just come to me and I will consult you on how to set up your company's IT infrastructure in Korea. You need to have voice, data, SMS message, security, camera systems, and network protection against hackers and North Korean threat and so on. And cloud business, man. Many companies go into cloud business, so you need to come to Korea and come see me. But this article was quite informational and educational. From this article, I learned, I memorized the expressions such as balancing out sweetness from the sugar in the grains on your diet, mostly based mostly on whole unprocessed foods, grains, calories, alcohol count, ABV, right? Alcohol by volume. And diet, exercise is quite important. Thank you, Ms. Helen West. Your article was quite informational and trainable, right? It's good. And also binge drinking, binge sex, binge watching. You gotta be careful. And we learn such as wort, mashing wort. A wort is boiled, right? And the hops are added, then fermented, and then yeast is added. Bottling, fermenting, boiling, mashing, malting, yeast, hops, and so on. It was quite informational. Thanks, all the thanks to the lady, RD Helen West, a registered doctor, I think. This article was from healthline.com. Enjoy your beautiful Tuesday wherever you are.